Hi everyone, this is Jill from Batty Bloomers again. I wanted to show you what's blooming in September. We're in early September here, and I am very surprised and pleased with how much is still going on in the garden. Sometimes by September things can be tired and not much going on, but I have to say I'm very pleased. Even some of my snowball bushes are still looking good, which sometimes they just turn. You can see that one down there is all brown. Sometimes they all just do that, but they're really happy still. So we have obviously the annuals, which here we have portulacas. And then back here is this purple, my sister knows the name. I don't know the proper name. It was called Betsy something, so I call it Betsy. I will have to get the proper name for that for you. But I had one little plant of that and I've put it all over and I'm loving it. It's such a beautiful late bloomer. I don't know if you can see how beautiful a color that is. It's just really pretty. So that's really pretty. My asters are just starting to open. These perennial asters. Then we'll go over this way. Some more perennial asters. And then this little white thing here has been going all summer long. It's a type of yarrow, I believe. My sister gave me that, my fellow Batty Bloomer sister, Janelle. It looks like baby's breath. I don't know if you can see that flower, but it's really pretty and it just has kept going and going. Very impressed with that. And then over here, the cone flowers are still looking beautiful. And of course behind there is the black-eyed Susans, which are still going and doing beautifully. Some are getting done, but they're really doers and they're nice. They start probably midsummer and just keep going. And this is a verbascum, this pink thing here. And that's really pretty too. And my millet back there looks pretty, even though it's not like flowers. It's got some cool texture and colors going on. And then this white here is a Joe Pye weed. It's a white kind, which I've never grown before, so I'm curious to see how that does, but it's blooming now, which is great. And of course, grasses are wonderful, even though, once again, it's not necessarily flowers, but they give nice color. That one has some nice pink tones in it, and just the movement in the wind is just lovely. Let's see, this silver lace vine here is really coming into its time here. It's really pretty right now. It's been pretty for a while, but it's really gotten full of flowers just in the last couple weeks. So that's looking really beautiful. And then my nasturtiums bounced back. They were looking like they were just gonna kick and die, but here they are coming back in full flower. Maybe they like the cooler weather, I don't know, but it suits me. Looks really pretty. And then over on this side we have, see, there's some black-eyed Susans that are getting finished. You can see they still have a little bit of yellow, but they're getting pretty done. And then these blue salvias, which are an annual, are still looking really pretty. And I actually had some reseed this year by themselves up in my other garden, up in that middle garden behind there, you can see. And then of course we have the autumn joy sedum that are just starting to show their color, which I did not used to appreciate sedums, but I really, really love them now. And the butterflies and bees do too. And then this bush here, I have two of these, is a button bush. You can see that cute little ball. They come out white, little white fluff. They look like white fluffy things. And then they turn into this pretty pink and green. I had never heard of it before this year. Really, really like it, and I like the bark too. Look at that pretty bark. So that's a pretty one. Even though it's not flowering right now, it's still adding some interest. And then of course these marigolds are like bushes. I just threw some seeds in. And I haven't been a fan of marigolds in the past either, but they're really doing a nice job filling in at this time of year. And they're giant. I just can't believe how big they are. And then over here's another sedum, which is really starting to look pretty. I don't know. My camera's giving it as nice color as it has. It almost glows. It's really pretty. And then of course over here's a butterfly bush, which they go and go. So that's really pretty, and the butterflies are all over those. And then I have Cosmos, which is an annual. So I just threw seeds into those. And they are going crazy. I've had to chop them back several times now. But they're another good color. There's some more Black-Eyed Susans hiding in there. And then these here, these yellow, are some sort of a primrose. It's not the primrose I'm familiar with because they get really tall. And they had stopped flowering completely. And I thought they were done, and now they're blooming again. So that's kind of a bonus. And then down here, Sweet Williams are still giving a little color. And then over here is another, I think this is a dwarf butterfly bush. So that's still going. And then I have some of my calendulas are still blooming. I don't know if you saw my seed saving video, but that's what I was saving seeds from, these calendulas. And then there's different kinds. There's oranges and yellows. And that looks like a pretty little wallflower there. And then the grasses, again, are giving nice color. They do all season. And they give their seed heads, which are so cool. And then the fennel behind there, which is just pretty. It's been pretty all season too. And then this is a hyacinth bean, this vine. I, in another video, called it a scarlet runner bean. It is not a scarlet runner bean. I had the wrong name for that. That's a hyacinth vine. They are awesome. And the flowers are absolutely beautiful. Look at even the seed pods. The bean seed pods are just a gorgeous purple. And they are so easy to grow. My son was just picking them off and putting them in everywhere. And well, in fact, if I turn around here, I don't want to make you dizzy, but on the other side of the garden there, on that arch, so you can see it, is one growing on there, and that's one he just stuck the seeds in not that long ago. And there it goes, which is pretty cool. So yeah, those give nice color all season, and they're so easy to grow. Really worth it. So we'll just walk through here. We'll go on the other side, see what else is blooming in September. Here's another butterfly bush, a white one, which I love the white ones. And another coneflower, a white coneflower here, which is still going well. Look, this snowball bush has a new bloom. Has a couple new blooms. There's another one coming. That's unusual. I don't think they do that normally. I think we've had a good summer. Not a whole lot of other things blooming in here. That variegated dogwood there is really pretty. And the Russian sage here is still going. So that's a good late one. Let's turn this way. Here, these are lemongrass. And oh, wow, they are an herb, and they came in a little teeny tiny pot. I had no idea that they would get this big. They're awesome. I love them. And look, they're turning a pretty red. I don't know if the whole thing will turn that color, but it's really pretty. One way or another, I love it. It's got great texture and form in the garden. I love it. Looks great. You can see just over that way, the black-eyed Susans peeking through with their cheerful selves. And here's the flower of the hyacinth bean that I was talking about. It's so beautiful. Isn't that pretty? It almost looks like a sweet pea. It's really pretty. Oh, and over here is a crocosmia still going. You see these little flowers. They're a bulb. And I have lots of the Lucifer, which is the red. And these were new this year. I cannot remember exactly the name of them. It was either Mackenzie or I don't remember the other one. But yeah. And then over here, another white butterfly bush still blooming. And the aster's starting to bloom over here too. I just did this very recently, got this fountain, and so I'm still working on the area around that. And then here is one of these Mexican fire bushes. And look how that's turning a pretty pink. These are the coolest. I've never had them before. I never even heard of them before. And I got them as little tiny things from the nursery I go to. They were selling them for $1, so I got a few of them. And I'll tell you what, they have just given me so much pleasure. There's one that I planted in the garden. Look how big it is. And they're so soft. When you walk by, you just have to touch them because they're just, I don't know, they're very textile. And they're getting little pinks on them too. And I've actually started a few more of these from cuttings. So I'm going to get more and try to start some more to have for next year because I've never seen them before. Okay, and that's over here. We've got the grasses going on. Here's another coneflower. Still blooming, looking pretty. And these are those peacock glads, or peacock orchids, I think maybe they're called. They are a bulb, and I put a whole bunch of those in. It's kind of funny because they've been blooming like all different times, and I'm pretty sure I put them all in at one time. There's another one of the fire bushes, Mexican fire bush. Just beautiful. And then some of these coreopsis still have some color. I have some things here I want to plant. My sister just gave me these. But there's some more coreopsis still going. And then over here there's some snapdragons still going. And then we have of course, the portulacas are lovely because they just keep going till the end. And then this plant here, I have to look up the name of this, but isn't it gorgeous? I've never had that before. The leaves are really different. I'm guessing maybe it's some kind of an aster, but I don't remember. There's another sedum in there, peeking out. And this Sweet William, or dianthus, is still going there. And then of course these are annuals, zinnias and salvias that are still being beautiful. But that's pretty much it for down here for blooms. So I will show you in another video my other gardens and what's still blooming in September, so that you can see that. So that this doesn't get too long for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.